I hope you're having an amazing day. And this episode, I want to talk about what we know about the Tron Tesla giveaway saga, and more importantly, right? What should I do with my investments? Not much, but what should I do with my investments in Tron? That's the question I'm trying to answer today in this video. So first up, right, a bit of context for people who may not know. So Justin Sun is the founder and CEO of Tron project, right? One of the top 10 projects that trying to be like Ethereum, right? And trying to compete like the Ethereum. So like the supercomputer, having a platform for all decentralized applications to be hosted up on top of. So on 12th of March, Justin Sun has actually tweeted, and he basically said Tron project, or rather himself, is going to give away 20 million free gift, right? Starting with one Tesla it will be just a random draw, right? It didn't say how the winner will be picked, but basically the requirement or the condition to join and to qualify for the prize is just to follow him on Twitter and just retweet this tweet of his announcing that he's giving this giveaway. That's all you need to do. And then about 1 week later, he then will basically choose the winner and so forth. So that was the context. And then basically on March 20th, and this is what you can see here, March 20th, because of this two attractive prizes, right, that too many people have basically followed him, and it pushes his followers on Twitter to 1 million users as of March 20th, just 8 days after that, announcement of the giveaway. So he then tweeted, say, first one in the crypto world to break through the 1 million users or 1 million followers in Twitter. Now, then after that, what happened was, then there was a draw for the prize, right? And in a video that shows is a randomizer draw, that the winner was picked, and winner of the Tesla car is picked and is Uzgarov, right? As per this tweet, the user, as you can see in the picture in the screen, right? So he basically was the winner announced in a tweet by Justin Sun. And so he was very happy, obviously, and then he wrote to Justin Sun and Tron Foundation to give his personal details. But what happened was he didn't hear back from them, and in fact later on the video showing his winning, right, basically showing how he was chosen, was deleted, and all the previous tweet also was deleted. And then basically, so he called out Tron and Justin Sun as a scam, and this is what he said, right? And he basically urging people to follow him to make sure that he need to bring all this justice, right, this unfairness, and literally very calling out Justin Sun as these owners as really a scam, right? And he will want to fight until Tron keep his original promise. And then apparently he got many supporters on Twitter. What happened then was on March 28th, he then Justin Sun then picked out he decided to do another live streaming to pick out the Tesla winner. He claimed that, right, the first round, that it was unfair, that they realized later that they can only choose up to 3,200 retweets, right? And that is basically, of course, is much more than that, the number of entries. So he decided to disregard or disqualify the earlier way of choosing the winner, and basically disqualify the earlier winner, and then he decided to do a live stream to choose the next winner, or the more legit winner in his view, right? And then he did the live stream, and he showed basically his face and the live stream via his computer to pick the winner, and a Vietnamese user, right, was picked as the winner. So then in statement, he basically said, right, they decided to cancel the previous result. That means the first result, the winner was Uzgorov, right? And for disclosure, they have the reason why they cancelled that was, they say they realized later, right, not before that, they realized only later that they could only draw from, or they could only choose from 3,200 retweets, right? And this is something that Twitter has set as a limitation, but they did not know about it earlier. That was what they claimed, right? So that's why they want to do another more proper and more fair way, and that was through the live stream that they thought. But of course, there was so much backlash, right? And now in his latest tweet, right, and I believe it's the latest announcement, because this is as the time of recording, I actually went to Justin Sun's Twitter page, and he actually had this pinned tweet as per the screen, where he said, right, he also published a post in Medium where he clarified what happened, and he officially said that now he's going to give away 2 Tesla, right? And it's going to be to the first round winner, who is Uzgorov and Leo Hyun Pro in Vietnam, which is the winner picked by the live streaming. Yeah. So, and of course, he clarified by saying, I'm happily decided to give away 2 Teslas to further my mission of creating transparency, reliability, and openness about blockchain. I want to explain openly and clearly what happened with the giveaway announced earlier to clear up some confusion. So he said to generate better awareness of the blockchain industry and celebrate the introduction of our USDT Tron stablecoin to everyone in the world, I personally decided earlier this month to give away 2 cars, a Mini in China and a Tesla for the rest of the world. I created pretty simple rules that are expected to generate excitement and get more engagement for the industry and stablecoin in general. On Monday, my team on Weibo gave away the Mini through Weibo, and the community has responded happily. The draw brought great positive attention to the industry. On Twitter, the team used a tweet randomizer tool because Twitter does not have an official drawing mechanism. The team was unfamiliar with the tool and performed a number of test draws to understand how it worked, which has led to some misunderstanding about how we did what we did. We also were unaware there would be concern about the video not being live streamed and that it would create ambiguity and controversy. To address those concerns, I decided to create a live stream draw to show we are more open about everything we do. The person picked in that draw has already contacted us and will receive the Tesla. I have also decided to give a Tesla to Uzgorov. I spent many hours thinking of ways to show how blockchain and the newly launched Tron stablecoin will be a game changer for both consumers and businesses. I take that seriously. We will more likely have a few setbacks, right? So, okay, I'll just stop there. But, so that's the end of all the tweet. I have now come to my opinion, right? So I just saw this news, and then I went to find out what happened actually in the last few days. So it's very, very interesting. On one side, I must say that yes, it is very, very fishy what they're trying to do. And of course, to anyone, the first time that they decide to actually cancel that draw, right, it is really, really seem unfair to Uzgorov. But put yourself in the shoes of Uzgorov. Of course you'll be pissed, right? And I'm not surprised if he actually said what he said. I think it's truly, truly understandable. But meanwhile, I'm also coming from the shoes of like Justin Sun and Tron, them being such a high profile project and such high profile individuals, right? Will they really want to scam, and will they be so silly enough, right, to do this in the public eyes? So that I find it a bit hard to comprehend as well. You're right. I'm just trying to be balanced here and just trying to think of everyone's shoes. But what I must say is, though, in the end, it is great job. That on Justin Sun's and Tron's part to actually honor what they had actually initially promised, right? I think this is the best way to actually put an end to this controversy, to this drama, right? By giving out 2 Teslas. That's the only way. I really see this the only way to get himself out of this situation, and no more bad press, hopefully, after this. But this is not the first time that Tron and Justin Sun has got themselves into controversy as well. First, the major one was he was being accused of basically plagiarizing the white paper of Tron by copying from many, many white papers of other projects, right? Though later what they have done is that they have actually rewrite their white paper, to clear up. But again, right, so do they genuinely trying to make such mistakes and trying to create publicity? Maybe bearing in mind that bad publicity also is publicity. I don't know really, but back to the question, I think more importantly, as an investor, I do have investments, of course, in Tron, and so I do care about news related to Tron. So because of this, and let me tell you first why I got into it in the first place, and I did actually a detailed video on this. I will put the link to that video in the description below for your reference. So I first heard about Tron because of its negative publicity, really. It was mainly the white paper, and I do have my doubts, but I first met him in Binance Blockchain Week in February 2019 when I attended it in Singapore personally. So I was intrigued, as I'm thinking, why is this person, right? He's not extraordinary looking, he's just a very ordinary person. He's Asian. His speech wise is okay, right? Not super charismatic, but I'm like, why he has so much supporters? I mean, Tron has both a lot of supporters and a lot of haters as well. So I'm like, why is he so popular? So I decided to dig more after that event, and then I found a lot of positive things to my pleasant surprise, and that's why I did a video previously on Tron and Justin Sun. So I found that basically he has a very good credentials and history, and he has a lot of linkage to very, very smart and successful individuals, entrepreneurs in China, including Jack Ma, right, the founder and CEO of Alibaba. He was personally handpicked personally invited by Jack Ma to attend Hupan University, where Jack Ma was personally one of the professors there as well. And of course, he managed to get a lot of backers in Tron. Among others, it's a lot of billionaires like the CEO of OFO Bike in China, right? Very, very rich people all backing Tron. So that's why I explain why they have so much funding. And so because of all this, right, and they also managed to attract a lot of users, very slick marketing, constant engagement on Twitter. So that, and of course the results where they are able to show strongest growth among EOS, Ethereum, and Tron in terms of bringing growth into bringing users to use their platform, although mainly is still gaming and gambling as a start, right? So I see all this is very positive, and of course they also acquired BitTorrent, which is peer-to-peer file sharing platform, and recently they also made another acquisition, right? So very, very they're really trying to grow, right? And just beyond just the gaming and gambling, but they are using that firstly anchor themselves as to basically show that they have able to demonstrate real use cases. So because of all these reasons, and because of the linkage with BitTorrent as well, that they have basically a very strong ecosystem. And of course, they were also the first one to launch BitTorrent on Binance Launchpad, and there seemed to be this very strong connection and linkage to CZ in Binance, right? Again, a very successful individual. So again, who you associated with are basically then, determine how successful you are as well. And Justin Sun clearly has association with a lot of very successful people. So because of all that, I do see him and Tron positively, and that was why then after that, I invested a little bit of money into Tron. So of course, a little bit also, I don't want to lose that money, right? So I was always connected, always looking out for what's the news on them. So far it has been very positive until this very recent one, which is a big controversy, but I'm glad that they in the end they ended on relatively fair note. I think this is the best they can do given what happened. Yes, so my conclusion is that I will still keep my investments in Tron, and I will continue to watch and see, right? I mean, worst case, of course, as in any crypto investments, I've always priced in that I will lose all of it. That means I will lose all my small investments. But I'm also hoping that with such execution on their part, that it will really have high potential and high growth in the future, and that will then eventually be reflected in the price of Tron tokens that I hold today. So yeah, that's what I have, right? Let me know what you think, right? Whether do you agree with me or not? And yeah, and I hope you're having a great day ahead. I will do other videos later, and I'll see you tomorrow, right? Or in other videos. And thank you so much for your support, and for all my new subscribers. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah.